Good evening. Now we would like to bring up Mr. Tom Sweitzer and Forrest Allen, who will be singing The Impossible Dream.
Thank you, Cameron. So we're going to skip the one video. So that's pretty much who we are. Kind of give a home to some people. And it's so much bigger than us and so much bigger than Middleburg. And for those of you that have known me for a while, I know that I seem very esoteric and sort of like, whoa, he has a lot of dreams and visions. You're right, I do. And I have a really smart group around me that will know how to funnel that into data. And for those of you that wonder what music therapy is, it is data-based. We are scientifically based. I am clinically based. I went back to school way too old. I didn't even have a laptop when I went back to school. And I trained to be a music therapist, and I never knew my life would change. When I was here at Hill School, I knew that music made a difference in the lives of people. I had no idea what it could really do. From the first cry you have as a baby, there's pitch. There's something called motherese, and that's what all you moms did, which sounded like this. Hi, how are you doing? I'm right now talking to you on an A and a B. And there's scientific data that those mothers who didn't do this, or those in orphanages in Russia who never had that, have been deprived. Those two notes are music. So I have had a journey to really find out that the soul of maybe a little bit of healing, music could be a key. You're about to see the hero in my life. And I know many of yours as well, because we're all very big community members here. I'm going to show you a little video. We all know that, maybe some of you don't know, a young man by the name of Forrest Allen over 2 years ago had a severe skiing accident and had traumatic brain injury, to the point that most of us here were ready to say goodbye. And most of us here loved the family very much and stood by watching a blog every day and looked at his recovery. But after the first 3 or 4 months, we heard that things might not be going so well. And we had no idea that he would ever walk, talk, see, or do anything again. Because of the love of this family sitting right here, Ray and Kent and Austin and the amazing team that they have assembled, Forrest is more than alive, but inspiring so many people. And one of my missions, we all talk about what is your mission? Well, one of my 15 is that I am to help Forrest get his word out. And let me get the word out to you what music therapy really is. There's something called melody in our voice. I'm right now speaking to you on a G and a C, somewhere in between there. Here's a C, here's a G, here's a C, here's a G. My mind is recognizing right now that I'm speaking on these notes. For 2 years, we tried to get Forrest to speak. First, we had to get him to breathe. And we had to get him to hum. And we had to get him to, which took many, many months. One day, November of last year, there was a day that his caregiver hugged him, and I heard out of him, That was the first thought that I had, like, whoa, that sounded like a pitch. And Ray, who those of you that might not know, she and Kent are two of the most amazing parents and human beings I've ever met in my life. Ray said that she had a Christmas wish. This is after 2 years of her son not speaking. She said she'd like her son to speak for Christmas. Well, I thought that was enough. A very scary sort of proposition. But then Forrest was left with me with his dyno box, and with his fingers he wrote, "Mr. Sweitzer, help me find my voice." No clue what to do. seriously went into my car and I cried for a little bit. Sorry, Forrest. And got sort of upset about what can I do? We can't find a voice. 3 weeks later, on December 8th, a woman who came to me to find her voice, she's in her 60s and she was losing her voice and she heard that she could find her voice through music therapy. I'm happy to say I did help her find her voice. She got her voice back. Brought me a book from Germany. And I said, oh, I'm late for Forrest Allen's session. I'll get in my car. I took the book with me. Book in the passenger seat. I thought, oh, what the heck? I'll bring it in. And I opened up to a chapter called Melodic Intonation, which is about our minds, our brains, remembering the pitch we speak on before it remembers how to move your mouth or your vocal cords. And on this day, we squeezed Forrest. Nick Ray, you were in Malaysia at that time, and I think Kent, we filmed this for you. You're going to see just a little bit of video here of Forrest back then, and it might be very hard to hear. These are his first 2 words that you'll see at first, and it's good morning. Go ahead, Brian. Big breath in. Breathe in, Forrest.
Say good morning.
Ready? Again, here we go. Look at Tammy's face.
Good morning. Okay, ready? Here we go.
Out of your nose. Yeah. Fantastic.
Good job, dude.
Yeah. 2, 3, breathe in. Go. In first. And now out. And now go ahead and put it up to your mouth again and blow it again and pull that down. Pull it down. Woo! Forrest, ready? Big breath, straw. Strong. What? I'll be your friend. Yes. I'll help you carry. Go.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? I am often dreamed of a far-off place where human will be fun. Happy New Year, everyone. Make this the best year yet.
Big ending, big breath. When I So, Forrest has become a hero of mine. And those of you that don't know it, I did get to teach Forrest since he was 6 years old, so there's a really cool other part of the story. I used to yell at him in the same room we're about to sing in.
Guys and Dolls.
Guys and Dolls,
Guys
he's a
and
gambler.
Dolls. I was there.
So, please, when I feel more than humbled, and he's probably about the most humble person you're ever going to meet. But please give a nice round of applause to Forrest Allen. So our last part of the pre-show tonight is we worked on a song for you. I used to have to force him to sing in music. I always make a joke with him now that, now I get to have him sing as much as I wanted to. Okay, Kyle. Go ahead.
be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest. And the world will be better for this. That one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight.
Wonderful work, Forrest.